Shana Tova. So I'm June Rubin, and I was born a long time ago, a very long time ago in a galaxy far away, Miami Beach. I was probably the youngest Jew in South Florida at that time. There was never a question in my mind as to my Jewish identity. We walked to shul, celebrated many of the Jewish holidays. I played with the fringe on my father's talit during services while waiting impatiently for Bayom Hahu to be sung. I went to Hebrew school, was bat mitzvahed, Sunday school, confirmation, and even attended cotillion at our shul. At the same time, I knew most of the Christmas carols. I could even sing Adeste Fidelis in Latin, which is O Come All Ye Faithful. I was accepted for being me, not for being singled out as being Jewish in the predominantly non-Jewish community of Coral Gables. Most of my relatives lived in New York City. It was my belief for many years that if you had a New York accent, you were most definitely Jewish. There was one incident that shattered my Jewish comfort zone and took me aback. It was very confusing to me. I was in 8th grade. My friend Ellen Parsons invited me to spend the night at her house. My mother said it was fine, but Ellen called me and told me that her mother didn't want me in her home because I was Jewish, not Christian. I didn't have any understanding whatsoever as to why she would think that way. Well, needless to say, my life went on without Ellen. To this day, I remember that phone call. My circle of Jewish friends became closer and tighter as a result. Fast forward through my college years in the turbulent late 60s and early 70s. In my senior year, I enrolled in a Jewish studies course at NYU, thinking that it would be a somewhat easy elective. Although I never doubted being Jewish, I found myself surrounded by students who were much more versed in Judaism than I. Their references were foreign to me, among other very unfamiliar things. A crisis of religion ensued. After enduring my robust questioning, long distance, my father explained to me about the Shekhinah, how this divine spark dwelled within me as a Jew, to be a part of me forever. This comforted me greatly, and I heaved a great sigh of relief as I no longer compared my Jewishness to others. In the years following college, I married and became the mother of 2 beautiful children. At that time, I was more immersed in the business of my fabric and quilt shop and was not as engaged with the Jewish community in Miami. My son and daughter did attend a Jewish day school, but I was basically just being a Jewish mother. Shortly after I sold my shop, serendipity stepped into my life, and I was asked to substitute at my children's school. One thing led to another, and I took the requisite courses to become a licensed teacher. After having graduated with a BFA from NYU and owning a retail store, I honestly had never imagined myself as a kindergarten teacher. Once again, my whole world became Jewish. After 9 tremendously gratifying years of teaching, we relocated part-time from Miami to New York City to be near our children. It was shortly after our move that the Sandy Hook massacre occurred. After envisioning what could have been the faces of my beloved 5-year-olds in that horror, I had to do something. Along with several moms from Brooklyn and Shannon Watts from Indianapolis, we founded Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America. We modeled it after Mothers Against Drunk Driving. I devoted the next 10 years of my life to organizing, lobbying for legislation, comforting survivors, protesting, and speaking out whenever and wherever possible for gun violence prevention. During that time, there was no difference among us in the movement. You fell into 2 categories. You were either a survivor of gun violence by any degree of separation, or you were an advocate for gun violence prevention. I was more or less practicing gun violence prevention as my religion. After 10 years, I decided to pass the baton to the young ones. I had given my all. I would like nothing more than to think that lives were saved due to our efforts in creating gun violence legislation state by state. Whoever, as the Torah says, whoever saves one life saves the world. Then, due to COVID, once again, my life changed when we moved part-time to Ridgefield. We figured we would eventually find a shul where we could at least attend high holiday services. We found so much more as we found ourselves at Shir Shalom. All I can say is I've left out many, many life experiences so as not to bore you. However, my Jewish journey has come full circle to where this shul is such a meaningful and spiritual focal point in my life. It's all good. Lashana Tova.